So yeah, this is my little morning setup. In bed, I always have to start the day with an absolutely ginormous mint tea. I can't have anything else before I've had my giant mint tea. And I like to just read my book. At the moment I'm reading On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. And then I also tend to reply to like a couple DMs. Where's my phone gone? Because I get quite a lot of DMs overnight just asking like mainly skincare questions and bits like that, so I try and kind of get those done. I also love using a meditative app which is called Headspace. I love this one. I've done it for years, and you can do like 10 20 minutes or whatever you want, which is really great. And they have like a kind of daily one which is called the Wake Up, which is especially handy at the moment if you're feeling any kind of stress. Cannot recommend this enough. And that's how I kind of enjoy a bit of time in bed, first of all. And I always love this like bit of sunshine that comes through here, through the curtain. It's really weird because I tend to wake up at exactly 7:30 and it always is the same bit of light. So I kind of know what time it is depending where the light is on the wall, because it kind of moves up throughout the day. And this is my kind of view from bed. So once I'm up a bit more, we're going to come to the kitchen and make my coffee. I have my tea first, then my coffee, then I might have a smoothie and eat something, but I have to do it stage by stage. I don't know why. I just like, if I could not have coffee first thing, I don't know how people do that. I need to like hydrate first before I caffeinate. So I'll show you how I make my coffee in my percolator, and then also the supplements I take whilst that's kind of boiling away. So this is a percolator. My lid has come loose because I dropped it once, it fell off a shelf. But it still works fine. So I put some water in the bottom bit. And then you put this little bit into it. Then I'm using Hoareau, which is some of my fave local coffee. Which is really nice. They have some really good ones. And then I kind of like fill that up in here, but you don't squish it down how you would like if you're making an espresso, because otherwise hell breaks loose. It like explodes. I've tried that before. Then so I've just put the coffee in there. And then just twist that on, and I put it on the heat. Ta-da! Super easy. On it goes. And whilst I'm doing that, I go in my supplement cupboard, which is crazy, and take loads of supplements, which I'll show you. Okay, so this is the cupboard. I obviously don't take every single one of these every day. I obviously get sent quite a few, but there are the ones that I do take every day, which is Oskia MSM. That's really helpful for my monthly breakouts, but I take it every day. I've also been loving the new skin filter. I mean, even just the name of that makes you want to take it, right? Then I take from Marie Reynolds Evolve, which helps my hormones, and then also Liver Rescue, and Vegan C. That's normally about it at the moment. Oh, sometimes I've been taking the mood one from the new as well. And then and then these are like nighttime things, so like things that have got like ashwagandha bits in from Glow Bar. That's the Moon Juice one. And then I take a vitamin D as well, which is like a kind of a spray one. But I've been out quite a lot at the moment, but especially when we're inside, it's good to take vitamin D, because that really affects how you feel mentally, as well as just having a good amount of vitamin D. And then my absolute favorite, which I recommend to people who have anxiety, obviously this is a personal choice, so I'm not saying that everyone should take this. Consult your doctor and whoever you would like, but for me 5-HTP is amazing. It's serotonin enhancement, as it says here, and it makes you it produces serotonin, so it makes you feel a lot less anxious and a lot more happy. But it's not like a drug, it's just like a natural supplement, so it's not like you need a prescription or anything like that. Like, it's not hectic, but they're just these cute little ones and they're really great. I normally take these every day, But if I'm feeling like not too bad, then I maybe won't for a couple of weeks or something. I don't want to like become reliant on it or anything. So yeah, that's kind of me, and I'm doing that whilst my coffee's on the boil. So another thing I love to do in the morning, I don't do this every morning, but if I'm kind of trying to have a nice ritualistic morning that sets me off well, especially if I've had like not the best few days perhaps, I like to burn either Palo Santo or sage, and these are both things that are meant to get rid of like negative energies and just kind of good vibe. And I just really love that when I burn it, it feels very, as I just said, kind of ritualistic, and like I'm like, okay, and I can say like, maybe this sounds a bit woo-woo for some, but for me, I love it. I can like say like what I want to happen in like every room. So whilst I burn it round, I kind of like drag it round. I'll do the Palo Santo now and kind of show you a bit. So you gotta kind of burn it till it kind of sets the light, and then you kind of blow it out so that you get the white smoke rather than the black smoky smoke. And I just got this from like a local shop to me. It's called She's Lost Control, which is on Broadway Market. Obviously it's not open at the moment, but their Palo Santo is pretty easy to get. I'm sure online too. It's not taking today just because I'm filming it, of course. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it's on fire, great. Now you got the white smoke from it, that's what you want. So then yeah, I kind of just go around my flat and kind of wade the smoke around. This feels really weird now that I'm filming it, but it's really nice. And I kind of say like what I want to happen in places. So I'll be like, great work and creativity, like here, for example, which is kind of where I tend to work most of the time. Then going into my bedroom, I might say like deep sleep, like nice nourishing sleep, good reading, like even just bits like that, like whatever I want to happen, I will kind of say it. And I'll do that in every room. Sorry, everywhere's a bit of a mess right now. But so in the office, creativity, good work, and whatever else I want to happen in here. And it also smells delicious, Palo Santo, by the way. It's like a really nice, like woody scent, which for me really reminds me of like my childhood, because most of our houses had fireplaces. When I say most of our houses, we didn't have like multiple houses. My parents went together. And then when I've kind of gone around the house, I'll just put it here to kind of, it'll eventually just go out. But it just loves, it kind of gives off that lovely scent. In the meantime, I need to change those flowers as well. Whoops. My coffee is boiling, so I'm going to head downstairs. So, turn that off. So basically it comes up through there. Grab a mug. Pour it in. Now I'm gonna wash my face. I look really puffy this morning, I just realised. Gonna do some good massage to kind of clear that out. I didn't sleep super well last night, so I'm thinking that's maybe why. So yeah, I take this guy with me to do some skin. Okay, so in my home vlog, I got loads of shit for not, well, loads of shit. A couple of people said I should have showed my kitchen and my bathroom, so now I'm showing my kitchen and my bathroom. But it's just because it's not the best light. So my kitchen and my bathroom are like at the back of the house, and the light is in the morning through my bedroom and my office window, which I love, and then in the evening it's like through my living room window, which is the back, but that's still upstairs, and this is like lower down, so and the windows are just smaller, so it does just get less light. But it looks kind of okay. So it's pretty standard bathroom, nothing to write home about, but it's got my two cabinets, of course. So this is one of my cabinets. If I was, so I rent my flat, but if I was doing my own, I would love a kind of like mirrored one or a white interior, but this one just had a wooden one, so it's fine, and at least it stores kind of everything. I mean, everything. Does it store everything? No, it stores a small amount of my stuff. Then I've got my second one here, got kind of like bath bits above here, got bath bits above on the other one over there too. I just painted one of the walls pink, so the wall here is white, just to kind of, otherwise it was just a really small kind of boring white bathroom, and I just wanted to mix it up. So I've got another one here which is stuff that I tend to use more over the sink. Yeah, so it's a crazy amount of product, I know. No person should have this much, but obviously I can get away with it because I can just say that it's part of my job, which is great. It's got nothing to do with me being a hoarder. I have way too many products in here, like no one needs that many products around their bath either, but it is just because I'm testing everything, and also I love beauty, so I'm sure any fellow beauty friends will kind of relate to that, hopefully. So I'm a complete cleanser slut. Like, I love a cleanser. There's way too many. Like, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's probably about 15 in here, which is ridiculous. But in the mornings, I tend to just use a nice kind of gel or milk one, and at the moment I'm using the Dermalogica Ultra Calming Cleanser, which I love. So I'm going to just pop that on now and do a bit of massage with it before I do the rest of my skincare. So obviously the most important part is to clean the skin. So I'm actually just going to tie up my hair at the bottom. Obviously sometimes I do this in the bath. In the bath? What am I on about? Well, actually I do have morning baths at the moment, but normally in the shower, but it's very much the same thing. I don't have a shower every single day. I tend to do it, I wash my hair every other day, so I do it then, but sometimes I'll have a bath in the evening if I fancy it. And this is a lovely kind of gel texture, which I love for my combination skin. And I know the light isn't great now, so I'm going to try and stand a bit further away. You might say, Emma, turn your light on, but my fan is so, it's not so loud, but I feel like on video it'd probably be a bit annoyingly loud, so I'm saving your ears and hopefully you can hear me more. So I kind of just put that in everywhere, and like I said, I was feeling a bit puffy, and honestly whenever I cleanse my face I would do this, which is just like kneading quite hard my cheeks, because that's where I get really puffy. I already have quite round cheeks, so I want to, like, especially overnight, it's so easy to like just be too puffy and wake up puffy. And you have quite a like firm pressure with this, like you don't need to be worried about I mean, maybe if you had like cystic acne, maybe you don't have a firm pressure over those areas. Just adding a bit of water, so I just put it onto dry skin now. I'm just adding water to give it a bit more slip. And just do wherever it feels like nice to you, and really take your time with it. I think cleansers are so like, especially in the morning when it's like, okay, I've got to get ready and whatever, there's no need to rush cleansers because they're really cleansing your skin and you really want to get them in there and really help stimulate the skin, and as well as the massage releasing tension and puffiness, it's also going to help that circulation, which then means that your skin's just going to be brighter and healthier looking naturally, and that the rest of your products are going to be absorbed really well because the blood's closer to the surface. And I just love the feeling of massaging everywhere. I'm sure you guys know this already, so I talk about it all the time, and I'm not going to cut this. Like, I'm showing you actually how long I spend cleansing because it's so important. And like in the evenings I would do this twice round, once with oil cleanser to remove my makeup and once with a gel or milk like the one I'm using. I'd say that your second cleanse in the evenings is a great option as like the one you use in the mornings, basically, cleanser wise. Okay, that feels good, I feel clean. And this is also great because you're touching your skin, and so if I've got any breakouts I'll be able to like feel them, like if they're coming up under the skin, because you can sometimes just feel them under the skin. So it makes me really aware of like what's going on my face before I've even kind of really properly looked at it, because I haven't really this morning. Just using a little flannel Normally I would just probably splash my face, but since I'm filming it, I'm probably not going to get that quite right. So I'm just going to use the flannel just to remove the cleanser. And in the morning I use cold water, and in the evening I use warm water, but never freezing and never boiling, because that can irritate the skin and cause problems, sensitivities, frecking capillaries, all of that we don't want. Okay, she's clean. God, the light is shit, isn't it? But at least I have a window. That was one of my things. Okay. There we go. I look deathly pale. I'm hoping it's this light. I think it is. Is that better? Okay, so morning skincare. Things I would always use in a morning skincare routine is an antioxidant, such as this. This is the Elizabeth Arden Intensive Repair Daily Serum. Actually, I'm just going to mist my face first. It is that time of the month for me, so I'm just kind of getting on top of a couple of breakouts that I've got here, annoyingly. But it happens, and they're definitely less than they used to be, which is great. I take magnesium supplements every night for them as well, every night, not just when I've got a breakout. And then my skin is nice and moist. I just use the Zero Zinc from La Roche, which is great at balancing the skin, and it's got zinc in too, which is great for breakouts. Put a little bit of that on my hand. Antioxidants. Basically in the morning, all skincare routines need antioxidants to help protect them and brighten. Something nourishing and hydrating, and an SPF. That's kind of like non-negotiables. So look, immediately my skin looks much brighter and healthier from that serum and that mist. Oh, I love the smell of that one too. Normally I would do my chest too, but I wore a jumper stupidly to film this, so but I always say skincare is nipples up. So I get messages, people are like, oh, what should I use on my chest? Like, skincare is here up, cleansing, serums, the whole shebang, oils, everything, because you don't want to just have like a really young, great looking face and then your chest and your neck are giving you away. So that looks really nice and bright. Then I always use just something calming, because I have a kind of very sensitive skin type, and I just like to keep like ahead of it. Kind of like most things, I think it's easier to prevent things than to then treat it. I'm using the new La Roche-Posay Toleriane Ultra Derm Allergo, catchy. This guy, I love the Toleriane range from La Roche for all things calming. They're really good, and they've got the La Roche water in too. And I just put that all over, and that's really hydrating as well as being nice and calming, and it's not going to irritate any sensitive skins. I have sensitive combination skin, and again it's adding like another sheen of hydration to my skin, which I want, because you know, you do your skin. I mean, if I could wash my face 10 times a day, I bloody would, because I love washing my face. I love putting on skincare, but that's not good for your skin. So we'll leave it at 2. Well, actually 3, I guess, because I do it twice in the evening when I double cleanse. But you wanna, since you can only do it once in the morning, you wanna put on enough. Not that you need to be putting loads of each product, because you want it to all kind of sink in well, but you want to, what I think of it as, I'm putting on enough that will last me for like, say, the next 12-ish hours. So I do want to kind of layer it up so that it's got enough in there, kind of like as if you're kind of filling a cup, and throughout the day it's going to kind of come out of the skin. So this is my way of making sure there's enough in the cup so that it's not completely empty kind of by lunchtime, in terms of hydration and protection. Then after that, gonna do you know what, I should have actually done my eye cream at the beginning, but I forgot because I was filming and distracted. I'm actually going to use a new one. So this is the new Biossance Squalane and Marine Algae Eye Cream. And it looks a bit thick. It definitely is not like their kind of other one, which is much more gel-like. But it does soak in really well. And so I put two kind of one pea-sized amount, and then I spread it between my two ring fingers. And then I put it under my eyes, very gently, not pushing at all, just like gliding. And then I kind of pat it over my eyelid too. You can put eye cream over your eyelid, but I wouldn't like rub it like that. I would just kind of pat it kind of all across. And then any excess I have, I use around my mouth, because that's where you have also fragile skin. So your skin around there is fragile and around here is fragile, which is why they tend to wrinkle really easily. So yeah, looking after those areas. And then I'm just going to put a moisturizer. I think today I'm going to use this guy, SkinCeuticals Metacell Renewal B3. I love this. Obviously B3 is niacinamide. I've used this for bloody years and I love it. It's this gorgeous water gel texture, which is great for combination skins. I mean, it's good for all skins, but especially combination and oily, because it's just really lightweight. It's not going to feel super heavy on the skin, but it's still going to really hydrate, and that niacinamide is going to help soothe as well as help skin barrier, which is really important. So looking nice and shiny. That's how I want to look. I always think you want to look like slightly wet after you've done your skincare. Then you know you've got a good routine. Like very shiny. But it doesn't feel sticky or tacky or anything. It's just because I've really hydrated the skin. All the pores are really happy because they've got loads of hydration in. Oh my god, my shoulders are so tight right now. Literally think that's why I didn't sleep last night. I think I had like a tension headache from my neck hurting. I really, really miss, disclaimer, massive first world problem, having massages. I'm such, oh, I love a massage. And like, as you can see, I kind of massage all my skincare into because I want it to really absorb. Like, look how much better my skin looks now. It was looking a bit like this morning. It's really puffy. I was almost like, I don't think I'm gonna film this thing, but I was like, you always say that, Emma. And then because it is still a bit puffy, I'm going to use the Rouse. This is their roller. And the way that you know if a roller is a good stone is that it's naturally cold. It might warm up when you're using it on the skin, but like to the skin, when you've just picked it up, you can put it on your hand or your face and it should be cold. If it's not, then it's probably made of plastic, and it's not. It will still release, but the whole point of rollers and gouaches being made of stones is that obviously they have like kind of crystal properties and gemstone properties, which can be really anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, which obviously is great for breakouts too. And you can kind of do your own pressure with this. For me, my main tension is always around my jaw, so I kind of try and do around there the most, like on top of it and under it, and then around my neck. And then you can get the smaller end and go around the eyes. I also keep, I mentioned in my last vlog, a roller in the fridge if I'm really puffy or hungover. It's really great. It's so cold, and I don't love the whole ice on face thing, so I prefer using just like a chilled roller, you know, just the usual. I also have so much tension around my brows, and that just feels really good, just to release that tension. And also it's going to stop wrinkles doing rollers, because if you have like that wrinkle there, then you might, if you kind of always hold it, if you release the muscle, then it's not going to be there as much. So often, sometimes you have like expressions that you're kind of frozen into because you haven't released the muscle. And I'm just going to say this now, I have not had Botox in my forehead. Everyone always tells me this. See, I can move it and do everything with my eyebrows. Hello. I just don't have a very expressionable forehead. I actually do have a few lines, like there's a little one there. But also, guys, come on, I look after my skin and I do everything for it, and it's genuinely because of that. It does move. There are wrinkles. I wouldn't be able to do that otherwise. I just don't really, as you can see probably through all of this, I don't really go like that loads when I talk, unless I'm like, oh my god, which I probably don't do on camera loads. So it's not like, yeah, something that it's just not an expression that I use, so it doesn't, hasn't created a wrinkle as of yet. I am 30 next month though, I'm very excited. Yeah, and then also around there, just to minimize wrinkles there. And also if you have like wrinkles before your time, you think, also be aware of like when I've trained myself, because that's what I do, to sleep on my I've trained myself to sleep on my back, because if you sleep sideways you can do that or that, and then that's, if you're doing that for like half the day or like 8 hours a day, that creates a wrinkle, always. Just the same way as expressions would. So just be aware of how you sleep, or use a silk pillowcase. That's why they're really great, because silk's not going to absorb all the moisture from your skin either. This is the Estee Lauder lip treatment, I want to say, lip oil serum. It's really lovely. It looks like a gloss, but it's actually just a nice oil. Yeah, the sleeping on a silk is not going to absorb all the moisture, because cotton will absorb all the moisture from your skin, and silk won't, which is why it can be great to have a silk pillowcase, or even just a silk eye mask, so that if you do sleep on your side and you don't have the pillowcase, it's already in silk, so it's going to be less like pushy. It's going to still like really nourish it, well, not nourish it, but be less of a moisture vampire basically, and dryness could obviously cause wrinkles. So yeah, that's my morning skincare routine. And now I'm gonna go drink some more coffee. So this is very exciting content of me doing my emails and sending voice notes to my friends. I haven't got dressed yet, you'll notice, but I'm just being a bit lazy today. So I'll probably just kind of do the initial, my kind of like initial replies and emails, and just kind of see what's happening on the World Wide Web. Then I'm gonna get dressed and then start my day properly, but I kind of like breaking it up, especially at the moment. I like having like first round of work, then I like go and do something else, and I'm like second round of work, and when I go and do something else, it's not work, but I'll kind of like sit at my computer for a bit, then I might go and like sort some products or decide what I want to shoot today, then come back and kind of check. It's so silly, and you can spend so much time just like constantly checking your emails, and like no one's replied or whatever, and it's just such a waste of time, I found, from working at home over the years. So I try and really only like kind of check it. I don't always I don't always do this, because it's really hard not to always check your emails, especially if you own your own business. But yeah, I'll kind of dip in and out throughout the day, and so I'm just going to finish my coffee here, and then go and do some more bits. So I hope this was fun as a kind of morning routine. Sometimes I would also, of course, do some stretching and some Pilates, but I only do that like 2 or 3 times a week, and I'm not this morning because I'm having a bit of a lazy morning filming this. So I've put some clothes on. I'm wearing my St. Agni top. This is super comfy bamboo one, and my H&M jeans that I love. Also super comfy, but still looks kind of put together-ish. Yeah, I think I'm ready to start my day. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, just underneath here, and let me know in the comments if there's anything else you'd like to see, or any ideas for future vlogs. I'll probably do my evening routine as well, since I've done my morning routine. But yeah, thank you. I hope you're all well and enjoyed watching that.